because Bad Doggy's trolling me in chat. All right. So I just hit start streaming again. All right. All right. All right. All right. We're gonna. I'm gonna do a cutscene. I didn't. I started streaming with our faces up there, but for YouTube, I need this cutscene real quick. All right. Aloha, friends. We're back. We're back. It's author Joe Holt. It's Sunday Fireside Chats, except it's on Tuesday, but that's all right. We have a special guest with us today. I'm super excited to have him back. It's LeJean Brames. Welcome back, friend. Welcome back.
Hey, what's going on, man? Good to be here.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll keep it short and sweet. All right. All right. All right. So we ask all our streamers, a few of the same questions. We're going to start with the most obvious, which is your name is LeJean Brames. Let's talk about why, how you came up with that name and what it means to you.
Yeah, man. LeBron James is my favorite basketball player. I wanted something that would, suit myself, but also be something that people could relate to and would be easy to remember. So I thought, what would be a nice creative way. I kind of finagled around with it, and Lejean Brames kind of came about. It took about 3 weeks probably to come up with it, but now that I have it, it's starting to really, I guess you could say pay off, or start people are starting to get excited about it.
Oh, dude, I love the name. When I found your channel, I was like, yeah, I know exactly what that means, and I think it's hilarious because I had Dame Bramage. So, I get the glicky hitch ups. You ever get those? The hitchy glick.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. All
yeah.
right. So, and the one thing I like to ask everyone is, if you don't mind, would you tell us what your first name is, though, so people can kind of get to know you on a little more personal level?
Yeah, my first name is Jeff. Uh, you know, Pretty
Jeff.
simple and a little boring, I would say, but
No, come on, Jeff. I'm a Joe. It's whatever you want it to be, buddy. So, do you mind if people call you Jeff, or would you prefer
um,
LeJean or Brames, like Mr.
yeah,
Brames?
yeah. I mean, I would prefer, while I'm streaming and other things, or at least when I'm streaming or somebody's on chat with me or something like that, to try and keep the Lejean Brames thing.
Sure, sure.
If you have
Okay.
difficult saying it, majority of the community just calls me LB, and then. If you are personal outside of streaming or something like that, you're more than welcome to call me Jeff, so.
Cool, man. Cool. Well, I like for ABF4 TV fan page who we interviewed
Mhm.
last week, Aaron. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna call you Aaron because I can't keep up with all that other stuff. But Lejean is easy, right? So
Yeah, or LB,
LB, LB. All
you
right, his
know.
preference is LB, y'all. Now I'm a little bit distracted. I'm just gonna have to go ahead and talk about it so my brain can stop thinking about it. That
Yeah, sure.
hat, dude. That hat.
Yep.
How did you get a DLive hat?
Yeah, so I went to PAX East in Boston. I was there for all 4 days. Streaming
Nice.
is still something that's brand new to me. So I thought it would be a great opportunity not only to meet some DLive team members, to, actually, give them a face to put to the name, but also to meet some other DLive streamers, meet other streamers from other platforms to get as much advice as possible, interact with them,
Sure.
hopefully bring some people over from other platforms or people that never streamed before over to DLive.
Yeah, man.
Network with some of the other companies that were there, because it's always good as a streamer to keep your options open to try and earn affiliates with them and things like that.
Hmm.
Um, but it was an amazing experience. I wouldn't have traded it for anything. I would suggest that anybody who obviously has the financial means or the situation to be able to go, to definitely go. If it's just a little bit of a, I'm not sure, I would definitely motivate you or give you the confidence to just go for it.
Now,
You
am
know,
I correct? Isn't like in a month they're going to do a PAX West, right? There's another one coming up.
yes, PAX West, I believe, is in, I think it's August, I believe.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
it's more than a month. But there is if you guys just missed the PAX East, which was Boston, there is another PAX coming up on the West Coast of the United States. Right now, it's let's see, April 2nd, 2019, just for
yep,
reference. So
yep.
if you're watching this in 2020, you missed it, but there's another one around the corner. But all
Yeah,
right,
I'm starting to save up now to try and get out there.
nice,
I've
nice,
already started networking with a few people to try and meet up and to go out there. But yeah, absolutely. If you can go, definitely go, especially if streaming is your passion and you really want to take this to the next level.
hmm,
Showing your face to people is a completely different experience than just streaming and networking. The interaction that I had with not only the DLive team, but
hmm,
also some of the other streamers that, I just saw their face and just saw their streams, really got to know them and hung out. And I mean, to be able to grab a beer with somebody or something like that is
right,
just an unbelievable experience to have. The relationships that I have, I brought home with me,
nice.
and it's something that you can't ever, take away. So,
Who did like name a few people that you ran into? Like who were you
yeah,
excited to
so
meet?
I actually was staying with Angles
Oh, nice.
and AE Wind. Um, then I also met, I mean, there's a million people I met. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting anybody's names.
Yeah, yeah. We're not trying to
You
get a
know,
complete rundown. Just
exactly.
a
But
few
I met
shout outs
Fathead
if you
Noob,
wanted. Nice.
who's
Fathead Noob's good people.
yeah, he's a new team member to the DLive staff.
Oh, right,
I
right. He
met,
just became a guardian, right?
yeah,
Fathead Noob.
absolutely. And
Nice. Congratulations.
I met Stone Crypto, who's actually a DLive team member as well.
Nice.
I met Toro, I met King, who else? Royal Surgeon,
Wow.
Royal. I met all these guys out there,
That's
and it
so
was just
awesome.
an amazing, amazing experience. So
Any idea what city PAX West is going to be in? I know we don't know what.
I believe it is in Seattle, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, so we're full of potential maybes, guys. But if you follow DLive on Discord, you follow DLive on social media at all, Twitter, you're gonna all this information is readily available.
Sure,
Um,
and also, I believe DLive is starting to really branch out into going to a lot more of these conventions. So I know a lot of people that I've been talking to about the UK. I believe that they are going to start branching out there to like Insomnia and some of the other conventions out that way as well. So, don't be upset if you can't make it to the States for PAX East or PAX West. I do believe DLive is going to start coming out that way. So,
yeah, well, I actually was just talking to a few of the Guardians myself, and I'm asking for a PAX South, man. I'm in Arkansas, all right.
yeah, they do have PAX South, and they were actually at PAX South this past year.
Nice.
It's earlier in the year, but they
Okay,
will be
okay.
back again next year. I believe it's in Texas, if I'm not
Oh, hey,
mistaken.
that's awesome. I will go. I will go. I just started streaming what March 1st, so I've been on
Yep,
DLive this year, but it
yep,
took me a while to get into the game. All right, so the next thing we always ask, which you kind of hinted at, but we're going to go ahead and clarify. I always
sure.
ask when you started streaming and
Yep.
what kind of got you into streaming.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I've been playing video games all my life. I wouldn't technically call myself a gamer or technically, definitely not call myself tech savvy, but it's something that I have enjoyed my entire life. And, I'm a true people person. Um, and, my friend um, basically started streaming on DLive and he told me about it. He was very excited about it. And I decided to check it out. I came over for like 2 weeks, and I was in people's chats and streams, and
Hmm.
asking a million questions and just trying to get a lot of information, getting my foot wet. And I kind of just built up the confidence and the motivation to just check it out. So I started streaming, and
Was that
I
this
fell in love
year?
with it.
Like the last couple
Yeah.
months, or how long?
Um, I've only done today would be my 20th stream.
Oh wow. Oh, so you're like super new.
Yeah, so it's about 3 weeks right now.
Wow, it's crazy. That's crazy, Lejean, because I feel like I obviously I met you on DLive.
Hmm.
I've streamed, I don't know, like 34, 35 days straight, but it's already into my head like we've known each other for years. It already feels like we, because I watch your stream, you watch my stream. We've already had, this is our second Q&A we've done together.
Yep.
I was just saying that out loud. Like, it's amazing how quickly we've been able to develop a genuine friendship in such a short period of time because we're both streamers and because we're both supportive.
No, absolutely. I mean, the community is an amazing thing, and that's kind of what I fell in love with, and it's almost infectious. I've actually gained many strong relationships that I'm going to take with me outside of streaming, and it's just it makes you think like, wow, if I didn't do this streaming and I was just playing video games, I would never have had the opportunity to meet so many great people and build these relationships because it would just be me and my television, you know?
Right, right,
So,
right. Yeah, for it's amazing because we're able to basically travel around the world as streamers while we're sitting in our living room and meet
absolutely.
new people, you know?
No, absolutely. It's an amazing thing.
That's fantastic. All right, so then the next question I always ask people is, if you're, if you want to give a little more detail about, we're trying to get to know you, right, on a more personal level. So if
Sure.
people have children, if they have dogs that they love, if they're
Hmm.
in relationships that they want to talk about, just anything
Sure.
that you'd like to share personal with your viewers.
Yeah, I mean, I am married and I have 3 dogs, and I
Nice.
love sports. Sports is a huge thing in my life. Um, I've played sports my entire life, pretty much. Um, I was a four-sport athlete in high school.
Wow.
Uh, went to D1, uh, or went to a college for D1 track. But I always loved video games along the way, and I'm just glad to be blessed with this opportunity to do what I love. So,
Actually, I was just watching you stream. You stopped streaming to come do this live podcast, so I really appreciate that. But
oh
you
yeah, absolutely,
you were
absolutely.
hooping it up, was what I saw.
Yeah, for some reason, my Apex was not cooperating with me, and I had to uninstall it and then reinstall it.
Huh.
My internet is awful, so I was probably off it for like 2 hours, and I was at like 30%. So
Oh, okay.
hopefully, I'll get to play Apex again today.
Okay, okay. So that's the next thing I was kind of ask is, what is it that you enjoy streaming? What's your focus?
Yeah, I mean, right now, majority of the community knows me for Apex.
Okay.
It's a game that I kind of just enjoy playing and kind of fell in love with. Um, but to be honest with you, my main focus right now is to collaborate with a lot of different streamers and kind of
Mm-hmm.
branch myself into more of a variety person.
Yeah.
I enjoy doing things other than playing video games as well. So there's a few streamers that I reach out to about trying to collaborate on some things. Also, right now it's basically like Apex, PUBG, like those kind of
Mm-hmm.
shooting games,
Battle
but
Royale, basically.
battle royale
Yeah,
games,
yeah.
yeah. And there's a few other streamers that I've been talking to about trying to get into some more, um, you know, PC games or more, um, you know, of more variety type of games.
Hey, we've got room with the American Trucker Sim, buddy. We could always use another trucker.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I just want to truly like, every week I would love to collaborate with somebody different. Uh, you know, Something that I realized is some of these streamers that play games that only get a few people playing it on their channels, or maybe they're the only person that plays it on their channel.
Mm-hmm.
If I can play some of those games and bring a little more exposure to some of my audience,
Mm-hmm.
to raise the value or raise the exposure of that game, I would love to help. So
Awesome, man. Well, I know like you were kind of hinting at doing things other than gaming. That's actually how you and I kind of started becoming friends and talking
Yep.
was I found you to be a genuine, obviously caring individual. And the first thing I saw you involved in was a fundraiser for an animal shelter. You were helping another streamer raise
Yep.
money. And now we've actually been talking again. A few of our friends, like Fatty B53, is doing a fundraiser for veterans, for military veterans in his
Yep.
hometown. And I know that you were a big part of that. You're going to be a big part of that. I'm going to join that. So
Hmm.
let's talk about that. When's that coming up? When's that going to happen? What's it about? And how can people get involved and help?
Yeah. So basically, I actually have put everything together. We'll do some little like last minute touch ups right before, but it will be this Sunday at 7 Eastern Standard Time.
AM,
I
AM
have
or
a new
PM?
I have a numerous amount of other streamers that are taking part in it. So
You said 7 Eastern Standard Time, but AM or PM?
PM,
Because
PM, PM.
there's a huge difference there. All
No,
right,
absolutely.
so
PM.
Sunday, April 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes.
We're going to do a military fundraiser for veterans in Fatty B53's town. Do you know where he lives? Like what home? Because
Yeah,
it's
so
nice so people know exactly what they're doing, helping with.
yeah, so basically the main portion of the funds is going to go to a charity that is um very close to his heart and right in his county in Tennessee. It
Okay.
is the Marshall County Veterans Service Office. Also, when I was at PAX East, I happened to run across another charity that I thought was absolutely amazing. They are called Stack Up, and they basically do a numerous amount of things. I just wanted to read off a little bit about Stack Up right now. So what they do is they assemble care packages filled with video games, nerd goodness, and they deliver it to troops deployed in the military, hospitals, and on bases.
Wow.
Um, they handpick deserving veterans and pay for them to attend life-changing video game and geek culture events. Um, what else? And basically, their volunteers help bring comfort and friendship to veterans coping with PTSD or transitioning back to civilian life. So once I found out about this charity, I told them I would donate 15% of the total revenue gained to their charity as well. Um, so I will have a event info tab on my Discord that if anyone wants to read up more about these two charities, I will have the information right there for you guys. So literally, all you have to do is go to my Discord,
Can you link
and
that? Can you link the correct tab in your Discord in the chat for them?
yeah, give me 1 second.
By the way,
Uh,
just so you know, when you lean on the desk, you're shaking your camera. It's making me a little bit dizzy, buddy.
oh, sorry about that, bro.
That's
Sorry
all right.
about
That's all
that.
right. I just
Um,
don't want to make our viewers seasick. Yeah. So
no, just
what?
asking because I'm brand new to this. If I type in my Discord command, it's not going to work on your screen, right?
No. So what? So I'm my actually I've got Bad Dog in here, but basically you need to go to your Discord to the particular channel where that information is available, and there's a gear to the right side. If you click on that, it'll
Mm.
give you ability to invite people to that specific part of your Discord. And
Okay,
then when
that's
you share
interesting.
that, you'll have a copy that link and then paste it into the chat. And then people click on it, it'll take them directly to the correct information on your Discord.
Okay,
So
so let me just.
we're gonna get that
Uh,
going, guys. But while he's doing that, I just want to say like Lejean and a lot of the guys with Team Prodigy, which he is on Team Prodigy. We're going to talk about that in a minute, but they work very closely with each other. They're very much like a family, and Lejean is going to be doing at least one, but I think he's saying he's trying to do at least three fundraisers every month, and for different events or different organizations. So this Sunday, April 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing a fundraiser for military veterans. Two different organizations. One is a local group in Tennessee, and another is one that he found at PAX East, which he just attended. And it helps basically wounded veterans rehabilitate into nerd culture, right? They get to join us streaming and gaming, and it's a fantastic thing. All right, let's see. Let's click on this here.
So I believe that should bring you to my Discord and the event information page, and then I will obviously enter all the information in before Sunday.
Okay, so just so you guys know, if you follow that Discord, that's Lejean's information portion, and you can track any of these military fundraisers he's doing. Let's see, did we get? Sorry, Lejean, I've actually disappeared your face, buddy.
No worries. No worries.
It's you're too beautiful to not look at, man. There we go. Let's make them full screen. Oh, dude, what am I doing? There we go. Sorry, guys. This is live after all. This is live. He'll be back. He'll be right back. I promise. They're just looking at me like be confused with my Discord right now for just a moment.
There we are.
All right, he's back. That's some of the behind the scenes magic. Don't worry about it. That never happened. All right. So one thing we like to talk about is, are you on a team? Yes, Team Prodigy. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. So basically, we're a brand new team. We not only do, we not only have streamers, but we have esports, players and teams as well. We're just at the very, very starting stages. So we're trying to develop, a strong Xbox team, a strong, PS4 team, strong PC team. But obviously we're built around the community and love for, not only streaming, but each other as well. So, I actually, had a strong conversation with a lot of people. And I think that, I might drop the fundraisers and the community events down to maybe one per month, just so it's not an overload for people.
Sure.
And I can also spend a lot more time and effort making those ones much better. So
I like that idea.
Yeah, but definitely one community event and one charity event a month for sure.
Nice. Well, that's awesome, man. I'll support everyone.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
So let's talk about DLive, man, because both of us are streaming for the first time because of DLive, right?
Yep.
They've heard my take on why repetitively, but I would like for you to tell your take on what it is about DLive that convinced you to open up yourself and your home basically to the world.
Yeah, I mean, I started out on a whim. I started out on something that I really didn't know much about. But as I continue to stream and I continue to network with a bunch of amazing people, I'm just learning so much more about it. I would highly recommend, anybody to stream on DLive, not just people brand new starting off, big name streamers or anybody in between. The amount of support and love that I get is just unbelievable. And that's something that truly is the reason why my feet are in cement right now. And, I'm not going anywhere. I wanted to basically grow myself here first before I branched into anywhere else. But I don't even know if I would ever branch into any other platforms right now, just because of the way things are going.
Yeah, I like to focus with DLive, to stay focused, to keep your audience in one place, because I've interviewed other streamers, and they say that it takes exponentially more energy to try to keep up with multiple chats when you start restreaming. And Jean, dude, you're in the interview, buddy.
No worries, man. No worries.
So Lejean is dropping diamonds and ice cream and a lemon, man. I love you, buddy. Love you. So that's perfect. That's actually perfect timing for that, because what you just heard, guys, was here on DLive. The fantastic thing about it is it's based. The donations are based on Lino, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency. Blockchain just means that everything is publicly available. You know what people are doing with their cryptocurrency, and it keeps basically an honesty to the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here on DLive, they have a lemon, an ice cream, a diamond, and an Injigini, which is basically 1, 10, 100, and 1,000 Lino at a time that you can donate. They're worth 1.2 pennies per Lino currently. And the great thing about this platform is the viewers get free Lino just by watching and interacting with chat, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you don't even have to invest your own money, and you can still tip and donate to the streamers. If you do want to invest your own money, or if you're a streamer and you're getting donations, you can lock in 1,000 Lino at a time, or a minimum of 1,000, and then it could be 1,100, 1,200, right, 10,000, whatever, but at least 1,000 Lino lock in at a time, and then you start to become co-owner of the company, right? Like DLive takes 0% of the donations as a platform. You keep 90%. The other 10% gets returned back to everybody who's streaming for content bonuses, for locked in Lino bonuses. It's an amazing concept, right? And it's brand new. There's no other platform follows this sort of rewarding modality, right, or method. So I'm a huge fan of DLive and of Lino. I've invested. I've locked back into the platform. I know to be a partner, which means 200 followers and 2,000 Lino locked in. Plus, they want you to stream 30 hours in a month, which is an hour a day, right? Or a couple hours at a time, a couple days a week. So we got your fans in the house now. LeJean Tapon's in here, King Rainmaker's in here, Schism's in here.
Yep.
That's awesome. I really appreciate you guys being here and supporting these live podcasts we're doing, the Fireside chats. Today's special guest, if you're just joining us, the infamous LB, LeJean Brames in the house. DLive love, man, that's that PAX hat, dude. Oh, I got to go get one of those. And I don't want to just like get one somehow and finagle. I want to go to a PAX event and meet everybody. You know what I mean? And get the hat that way. That way you've got, every time you wear it, you've got those memories.
Yeah, no, for sure.
That's awesome, man. All right, so we like to open up to questions. Anybody in the audience have a question for LeJean Brames right now about Team Prodigy, about his military veteran fundraiser coming up, about him personally, just anything that you guys want to ask, we open it up. Obviously not mandatory, any questions. And I'll just say LeJean has been in a lot of these Q&As as a viewer, and he asks the best questions. So LeJean, do you care to ask yourself a question?
I mean, to be honest with you, one of the questions I get the most is, what's some sort of advice that I would give somebody for, gaining some followers?
Okay.
In my opinion, the best way is to go out there and really network, get your name out there. I spend a lot of time in people's streams and in the community chats, other people's Discord chats. And, the more places, the more time you spend, obviously, the more people recognize your name, I'm not doing it just to market. I'm actually going out there to make connections and to make relationships with people. But it just happens to be a great way of, gaining some, followership and viewership. So
you're saying an important part of being a good streamer is supporting other streamers, supporting the community at large.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not just talking about, donos or anything like that, but, let's say there's a streamer that streams at awkward hours and I know this personally, but let's say he streams, for 5-6 hours through the night and he has no viewers. I'll come in there and I'll spend, hours with him staying awake all night just so he has somebody to talk to to keep him motivated to keep streaming, because it can
Nice.
get very depressing and very um what's the word, very,
Lonely. It
yeah,
can
lonely
it
and
can
and
get
unmotivating,
well discouraging. Yeah, yeah.
discouraging. That's the word I was
Discouraging,
looking
yeah,
for.
yeah.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
what you mean because I've had some streams, especially if I stream it at off hours. I
Hmm.
might be the only person in there for a while, and honestly, you're like, wow, am I just talking to myself right now? Like, but it's so like you said, yeah. When a viewer drops in that you know and is supportive, and they start chatting you up,
Hmm.
it doesn't matter. There's not 100 people watching you. You have
Yeah.
that interaction with one quality individual really helps us as
Sure.
streamers, and to be like you said, it's encouraging. So that's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
really great point.
you can get, a bunch of people coming in, saying hi and saying bye, very
Yeah,
quickly,
yeah,
but even one person that will sit there with you for a while and just have a genuine conversation with you, you'll be a lot more engaged sometimes than just somebody, a bunch of people coming in just saying hi and bye.
right, right.
So it means a lot to that person, and that kind of drives me as well, because um, it's very easy to get discouraged and be like, you know what, I'm just going to stop my stream, or why am I even doing this? And luckily I've had a lot of people give me that motivation to keep pushing and keep grinding. So I never want to let somebody else get to that level. So
I appreciate that, man. That's honestly like, not to belabor the point, guys, but Lejean and I are friends because he's a stand-up guy in real life, right? Like my godfather would say, I would vouch for him. Like he is good people, period. And that's what we're looking for. That's what we're doing here on DLive. Is we're not trying to get X number of views or followers or Lino or any of that. We're looking to make real connections with other human beings around the planet and encourage and enrich each other's lives in real meaningful ways, right?
yeah.
So I really appreciate that you're that kind of an individual.
Yeah, I
And
appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Bad Doggy's funny. So Bad Doggy, the first question that we got from the audience was hobby or job. We know that you're obviously into sports. You love sports, but do you
Sure.
have other hobbies or do you have a particular job that you would like to mention?
Yeah, right now it caught me at a great time because I was personally transitioning into a brand new job.
Hmm.
But right now, to be honest with you, I don't consider it a hobby or a job.
Hmm.
I just love doing it. It's something that I love to do. I don't want to put a title on it. Um, I know there are a lot of people that stream full time and stream as a hobby.
Hmm.
But, in my opinion, if you just love doing it, if you wake up in the morning and you just love coming on and getting to see people that come into your streams all the time, and, it puts a huge, huge smile on my face and puts me in a
Yeah.
great mood.
Yeah.
And, if you can have positivity in your life on a daily basis, why would you ever stop that?
Right. Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
would you ever want to stop something that makes you happy?
I
So
agree,
that's the way I
man.
look at it right now. Sometimes I do get a little carried away, and I've done some crazy long hours, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
to be honest with you, it's literally, what else would I be doing if I wasn't doing that?
Well, your wife might argue for a few minutes at time.
No, I do agree with that, and
But that's
sometimes,
just that's a point that I wanted to make, right? Where we this the point of these Q&As is, hey, what's up, Martins? We the last fireside chat we did was one last round, so he's in here to
yep,
encourage us. That's
yep,
it. We're trying to humanize streamers, right? We're not machines. We're human beings, and like Lejean is married and has dogs, and a lot of people had kids, and it's important, guys, to not lose yourself behind the computer, though, right? Like
hmm,
we love you, we love seeing you, LB, on here, and we want to make sure to we want to encourage you to be as healthy and happy as you can be. And a big part of that is these guys are going off with the donations over here. Thank you guys. Is to maintain your personal relationships. In
oh, absolutely,
your family, your
absolutely,
friends.
yeah.
So
The one thing that I would love to say is, you know, social media and other things like that, it's very easy to get caught up in, wow, this guy has, 1,000 followers, or this guy has, you know, whatever. And it's like your situation, everybody's situation is different from everyone else's.
Hmm.
This person might have the freedom to stream 26 hours. This person might have the freedom to make this his full-time job. This person might not have any kids or might, be able to stream more. Don't let it discourage you from what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
people get lost in that. They see, oh man, I've been at 100 followers for 2 weeks now. It's like,
Hmm.
don't be discouraged. You stream. The reason you started streaming was because you enjoy it. Don't lose sight of that because you're getting caught up in, wow, this guy's partnered and he started after me,
Right,
or,
right.
you know,
Well, I think the point you're making, which I absolutely want to echo, is, guys, if you have 100 followers or 1,000 followers, if you've got two, three, four people that come into your chat on a regular basis and interact with you, and you enjoy that, you've got
yep,
everything.
yep,
That's everything. Like, it
yep.
doesn't. I can tell you, the more, like, Joe Dealer dropping the shiny diamond. I can tell you because I've modded for LT Zonda since he got to DLive. When you get these large audiences in chat and the
Hmm.
chat starts rolling, it's really hard to have the same personal experience with your viewers. And now Luke is really, really good about keeping up with chat, and he does keep that. But he's also an extremely high energy individual, and it's important to note, and especially if you're trying to restream to more than one platform, you're not going to be able to keep up with all that successfully, right?
Yeah,
So don't be in such a hurry, guys, to expand beyond what you could even handle, right? Like,
yep.
really, really enjoy and really appreciate this point as a streamer. Like, DLive is a young company, it's a young platform. Mostly it's streamers supporting other streamers right now. Obviously, we do have some regular viewers that don't stream, and we appreciate them. And
Hmm.
honestly, I'm really, really enjoying, like, watching this all develop, right? So I'm not in any hurry to rush being a global partner, trying to, have these massive audiences. Like, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, and also don't be afraid to, um, ask people questions. You know, I've seen some, recent success, I guess you can say, and um, I still ask a million questions. Because obviously I'm nowhere near, my goals or where I'm trying to go, but I ask as many questions as possible.
Hmm.
Um, you know,
But you can
definitely
do
ask
that here, right? DLive, people are
exactly.
encouraging, they answer that, right? Like, do you go to other streamers and ask? Like, how does that work
Oh
for you?
yeah. I go around to plenty of different streamers and I ask questions, and they give me a lot of enlightenment and good feedback, and
Hmm.
I'm a very humble person, so I take constructive criticism very well. But I also tell anybody that has questions to please message me in Discord personally. I'll be
Hmm.
happy to answer your questions or give you any kind of advice. um, Obviously I'm brand new to this too, but if I can help in some way I definitely will. um,
I've never gone to a streamer who was live and asked a question and not gotten help. Never. No,
mhm.
no one's ever said, well, just YouTube it. Never. Not once.
Yeah.
Every time. Like, I've never streamed before this year, right? I've never streamed before DLive, just like Lejean. And and yet look at us. This is complex stuff, guys. Like, getting two cameras overlaid and getting the audios to match, and like, there's a lot going on here, and neither one of us had any idea how to do this 2 months ago, right? So this is not because we're super smart and good with this. It's because
Definitely not.
DLive has been an incredibly supportive community, and
Yeah.
also Bad Doggy, who's my mod chat. Guys, if you need help, you could pay that man. He can do anything on a computer. My graphics, he made them. He helped Lejean set up his camera this morning. He helped me set up my OBS. He is a damn good graphics design artist and web developer. So if you need help, Bad Doggy is your man. Who's? Do I have a phone? I don't think I have a house.
My house phone. Sorry,
I was like, do I have a house phone that has never rung before?
I actually still have a house phone, so.
Let's see. Let me. I'm just gonna see. AE Wendy is in here and says, when I was aiding people on board to DLive, many individuals have been brand new to streaming, and I'd helped them with OBS and all. So see, exactly, guys. There's another guy right there in chat. If you need help, he can help you, right? Like if you have simple questions, get an answer, right? But if you need overlays and you have no idea how to set up OBS or anything, hire a professional. Get it done right, and then any little question that you have that comes up, you can get those answered, right? But obviously, if you're going to ask somebody to create an overlay, create a logo, to do a lot of work, that's a job, and you should be willing to pay for that, in my opinion. But in terms of little technical issues, that's free, and everyone in here, the Elder Gamesman, all of these guys, King Rainmaker, obviously you, Lejean, like have been completely helpful and completely supportive of new streamers, and honestly, that's why we stream, right? That's why we're on DLive, is because of the love.
Yep, absolutely.
The DLive family, man, DLive family.
I would also like to hear if anybody in the, in the chat, because this is something that we did when we were at PAX East, was we were sort of just throwing out ideas and brainstorming like things that would benefit the site, things would benefit, like different things. Like one of the things that we were talking about was possibly blending, like the average of 2 months for global, instead of having somebody reach 100K Lino in each month, an average of like 200K in 2 months, because there are months where you have great months, and there's months that you don't have great months, and you would hate to see somebody lose global over something like that if they technically had enough for 200K. There's been numerous amount of talk about opening up different types of donations, like maybe a 500 dono, or even for subs, maybe like a custom sub price, just numerous amount of things. So if anybody in the chat has any input or any ideas, I would love to hear them, because that's the community owns this.
Let me just interrupt you, buddy, because 2 days ago we had Martin's on here. That's Martin's with an S, guys. There's an S at the end of that. Anyway, one last round, and we had a great talk. And actually, Lethal Toast was just asking for this. I heard Lejean Brames cover, not Lejean. You're Lejean Brames. I heard LT Zonda cover this yesterday, I think it was, during his stream. And he, as you know, he's a global partner. He brought up some really great points. Instead of having just a few categories and you have to hit all of them, add in a few more categories and maybe you hit 3 out of 5, and that's enough. So for instance, maybe there's the amount of Lino you need to hit, plus there's the amount of hours you need to stream, but also maybe number of concurrent viewers, right? You hit at least 50 viewers every day for more than half the month. That could be another category, right? And anything that shows that you're streaming and that you're drawing in the audience and that you're supporting DLive in a real way. Maybe we could hit 3 of 5 of those, and that's enough to keep global. But Martin's brought up a great point, which I know you've got another point, but I forget, so I don't want to forget.
Sure, go ahead.
By the way, you're shaking when you lean on the desk, you're shaking your leg or something. It's shaking the camera. See, I've already forgot. Oh, okay. He said, one last round said, he didn't realize it, but it put pressure on him that he needed to try to make 100,000 Lino every month, right? And none of us, and obviously that's not what it's intended. The reason it's set up that way is because global partners get 30% return on content versus 10% for verified partners. and they want to
Mhm.
basically help make sure you're contributing to that pool, not just benefiting from it.
Sure.
But it does cause. I mean, that's like 3,500 Lino a day average that you need to earn, and none of us want to ask for Lino, right? None of us want to beg for Lino. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean, I think that's a great idea. 3 out of 5. Um, you know, um, they're brainstorming, but
Mm-hmm.
multiple minds is better than a few minds. So any kind of input and feedback, especially from
Mm-hmm.
streamers, it's only going to benefit the site and benefit the platform. So we can, establish a good foundation. But you're right; it does take away a little bit of the reason why you're streaming in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It does put some unwanted pressure on you, and force you to change your vibe of your own streaming channel into more of like a begging thing, which obviously nobody comes on here and wants to beg for
Right.
donos.
And just so people know, verified partner, there is no requirement for monthly Lino. So
Yeah,
so what I want to say to you guys is, like I said, enjoy being small. Don't mind that you only have a few viewers regularly, that you only have a few hundred followers. That's fine. That's okay, right? And even if, let's say, you are a verified partner, the very first month you hit 100,000 Lino, don't necessarily jump right away to try to be a global partner. Unless you are convinced that's what you want to do, but just take a minute, and see if you can maintain that naturally, right, without having to ask. I think the elder gamesman, I believe it was, just brought up or no, it's a choke dealer, just brought up a great point. He's saying that's why a 3 month span would work for a lot of streamers, right? Instead of 100,000 in a month, like you were saying, Lejean, maybe 300,000 in 3 months, no matter how you get it, right? Maybe you have a really great month and the other two are slow, but you still made 300,000 Lino. Then you wouldn't lose global partner,
yeah,
and you would still meet their requirements, just in a way that's doesn't put so much pressure, like, because it's like the bills are due kind of a feeling, right? It's the first of the month, I got to pay my rent, I need X amount of money. Or it's for this, it would be, well, it's the last day of the month and I'm still 20,000 short or 11,000 short, and if I don't make 11,000 Lino today, I lose global partner. I mean,
yeah,
that's rough, right? That's got to feel like real stress and pressure, and obviously that's not their intention. And I,
yeah.
I like that DLive is actually actively pursuing to improve the quality of their partners' lives, right? In a real way. They understand that this affects us as humans, and they're actively seeking answers to the questions. Go ahead. Go ahead if you'd like to speak on that.
No, I think we pretty much covered it. I think that we need to just be a little bit more open to, some of the um, requirements, and make a different way for the requirements to, make it more beneficial to the site and for the streamers. Um, Nobody wants that constant pressure, of,
Right, right.
having to. I mean, it's a pretty stiff requirement, and I think they did it just because they didn't want so many people becoming global at such a fast pace.
Sure, sure.
It's something that they wanted people to work for. They were mentioning, some possible upgrades to the VP um, situation. So that's something that was mentioned as well.
Which is
Uh,
verified partner, guess.
yeah,
And what and
verified
what
partner.
what were they talking about? Do you want to share that?
Um, um, the only thing that I know for a fact is that they were thinking about raising the viewer count.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
not the viewer count. I'm sorry, the follower
Oh, from
goal
more than 200?
for more than 200. Yeah, but they didn't want to make it anything outrageous. But now it's starting to seem like 200 is obtainable. So now they wanted to maybe bump it up just a little bit. So I'm not sure what else they're going to add, but I know they were mentioning things.
Yeah, and that's it. Like for global partner, it's 1,000 followers. For verified partner, which is a step below, is 200. So maybe 500, right? 500. Yeah, even see, they're even saying that in chat. Like 500 for partner, 1,000 for global. And
Yeah,
honestly, I would think it should be more than 1,000 for global because guys are having trouble like making that 100,000 Lino. So if that 1,000 followers was 1,500 or 2,000 followers, then I
Yeah.
think you would definitely have the amount of people in there to make that Lino and make it a less stressful grind each month. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I told them I thought 500 was a little too high. I thought somewhere around the region, like 350 would be a good number,
Okay.
to get, because I've seen that, a lot of people have, I wouldn't say a difficult time, but they've had, not a smooth, easy time getting to 200,
Oh, okay. Okay.
you
Well, it
know.
seems like that is going to be the grind. Like to be honest, the first 50 to 100 is the hardest, right?
Hmm.
Like after you got 100, that 100 to 200, you could do that in a couple streams if you're like pushing for that. But
Hmm.
but to get to like 1,000 or to get we'll make a smaller number to get from 200 to 500, that's going to
Hmm.
take some real time and effort. So like they're saying in chat, maybe, and you even said maybe like 300 or 350
Yeah, I
for
think that would be a little
verified.
bit better
Yeah,
because then it's like that last 100 to 150 is more obtainable and easier to get. But that
sure.
first 200, it's going to take a little while. So,
Yeah, and guys, listen, again, we're talking about all this just because we're trying to help fine tune the platform. But it's important to note if you're a new streamer or considering streaming, don't be obsessed with the number of followers or viewers or donations at all, right? It's not
yeah.
important. Just get on a regular basis, stream, put out the best quality production you can. It will happen. It will come. You will
Yeah.
naturally get followers. You will naturally get donations. And remember that DLive is a young platform. It's less than 2 years old, and this is it's going to take
Yeah.
some time for this to grow and build, right? But that we don't mind. Please don't worry about that, right?
Hmm.
Go to other streamers, get to know them, make some real friendships, and then
Hmm.
instead of feeling like you're going to work, it's going to feel like you're just going to hang out with your friends.
Yeah, I mean, one thing, this is completely off topic, but before I forget, one thing that I always like to mention is if you buy Lino, buy it from the website and not from the app. You get like 2,000 more Lino for like $3 less if you buy it through the website and not the app. Just to throw that in there
Yeah, yeah.
because
Oh,
that's something
at
that.
the end of every one of these fireside chats, I tell people a couple of hints on Lino, and that's one of them. And it's because I got that information from you.
Yeah, because I got that information from doing it wrong.
Right, right. That's how you learn in life. So to clarify, guys, if you buy the cryptocurrency on DLive, it's called Lino or Lino, depending on how you want to pronounce it. If you the max amount that you can buy at one time on the platform is $97 US, and you get 7,888 Lino, just under 8,000 Lino, right? But if you buy max value on your phone, it's $99. It's $3 more, and you get just under 6,000 Lino. So you actually
Hmm.
get 2,000 Lino less
Hmm.
because it costs them money to offer the purchase of cryptocurrency on the mobile platform, right? Not
Yeah.
because anybody's trying to screw you guys over. So just
Hmm.
so you know, buy your Lino on the computer, you'll get more for less.
I mean, that's basically like 2 extra Ninja Guineas you could be donating
Mm-hmm.
to author Joe Holt.
There or anyone. All right, and
Yeah.
then the other thing that I always tell everyone is, LB was saying, we all stream at different times, right? And we still want to be able to encourage the streamers who stream at off times. So maybe you can't catch your favorite streamer live, but you can watch the replays, which is just below every streamer has a replay tab. And you can donate Lino to any streamer offline by going to one of their replay videos and donating there.
Interesting.
So yeah, you can donate at any time to any streamer on a replay.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
That's
Very
awesome,
interesting.
man. I'm glad I could pass that along. Like right now, guys, LeJean Brames is on my channel, Author Joe Holt channel, right? But if you guys want to donate to him, you could go to his channel right now, click on any replay, and donate Lino. Just so you know.
That's a really cool thing. I had no idea.
Yep.
But let me ask you a quick question. So you're actually like the perfect person to ask this question.
Okay.
So you're currently at 350 followers. Perfect number.
Okay.
Do you feel like you'd be a little discouraged that you would have to get 150 more to apply to VP? Or do you feel like this is a good number? Or do you feel like 200 was a good number? How do you feel about it?
That's a fantastic question, guys. Basically, one last round says he just gave you a Ninja Gini on a replay.
That's what's up.
That's fantastic, man.
I appreciate that.
All right,
so
hey, welcome, Bama. That's a great question, LeJean, and I can answer it. I've been streaming for 33 days straight, guys, and I've crushed all the requirements for partner as they're currently sitting. I applied 2 weeks ago for partner, maybe a little more. I'm not sure exactly. I forgot that I forgot if I even applied, to be honest, because I have traumatic brain injury and I have short-term memory loss. I went to, if you guys don't know, if you go up to the right-hand side there where your image is in DLive and left-click on it, it'll drop a sub-menu. Under that sub-menu, there's a tab that says Partner Progression, and that's how you find out if you have the requirements. Well, under that tab, that's where you apply. But once you apply, it doesn't say application pending. It still says apply. So with my brain damage, I was like, wait, did I apply? Like, I don't even remember if I applied or not. And it doesn't tell me. So that's one thing I actually just was talking to some of the staff about. Was saying it would be nice if that changed once you applied. That way people aren't reapplying, basically, and clogging up the system. Okay, so that's one thing. The second thing is I was very excited to apply because I'd only been streaming, less than 3 weeks, but I'd streamed every day, and I already had the locked in Lino. I already had the followers. And and by the way, guys, that wasn't because I have a magic formula. That's because I've been on the platform for months supporting other streamers. And it was other streamers encouraging me to start streaming. That's even why I'm streaming. So don't expect that you'll necessarily get several hundred followers in the first couple of weeks, right? That doesn't happen if you're just streaming. Like LeJean was saying earlier in the interview, that happens because I go around to other streamers and I watch for several hours before I stream. I watch for several hours after I stream, and I have the time to do that, right? Not everybody does. I'm just saying, make sure to go out and support other streamers. That's how you learn how to stream well. That's how you make these interpersonal relationships and connections like LeJean Brames and I have now. And so we want to encourage you. Okay, but to fully answer your question, LeJean, I honestly feel like right now is when I should be applying for partner. I feel like I do have, like they said, one of the requirements, they want you to be streaming for 30 days, but that's not a requirement. That's just a guideline. I think it should be a requirement because technically I'm more proficient now. I've been doing it, I've had 33 streams. Actually, I've had more because I've done a lot of, like I did 4 Q&As last week alone. So technically that's 4 streams in one day. And the reason I differentiate that is because to get OBS working correctly, to get Tidy Labs, the overlays, the donations, the audio, the game, there's so many little pieces that you guys need to learn to put out a high quality production value. It takes time to learn that. And at 2 weeks, I don't think I could have represented DLive as well as I can now.
Hmm.
right? In terms of professionalism and quality of production and quality of content, right? All that sort of thing.
Yep.
So honestly, I think 350. Wait, when is that what you said I'm at now? Yeah,
Yeah, that's actually the
354.
number I thought would be perfect too, was
Dude,
350.
I was gonna say, you know what? 200 was too early because you can fake that, right?
Hmm.
People do grinds and push and hey, let's get them to 200, and that's great. However, that's not an organic build of viewers, and so you're not going to be having those people. I think LT Zonda said if you can get about 10% of your followers watching you on a daily basis stream,
Yeah.
that's really really good, and that's kind of what you want,
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean 10% is crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Right, even
10%.
even 5%. Like he has over 3,000 followers right now, and he
Hmm.
averages 100 viewers at a time.
Yeah.
Right, sometimes more, sometimes less. So that's which is crazy, right? Like that's crazy, but it's great. It's fantastic, and it's a natural build, right? He puts in the grind. He streams every day. He's super high energy. He's super interactive with the chat. He's super supportive of other streamers on the platform. That's why he crushed the requirements. I mean, he was a global partner in 3 weeks. That's not going to happen for probably anybody else. It's
Yeah.
and don't don't try to do that, guys, right? Like if it happens, it happens. But
Hmm.
don't get caught up on the followers. Don't get caught up on being a partner. Just this isn't about that, right? This is about streaming. It's about am I online? Am I streaming? Yes. Guess what? You win. You're winning right now. You're already, the goal is not to be like the best streamer. The goal is to be a streamer. Just do you. Do you.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Let your personality shine. Don't fake it because you can't maintain that for any length of time and people are going to see through it. Just do you. There's an audience for it. Trust me, there's an audience for it. I love you, man. Can I get an autograph, bro? Aaron's in here. You got so much love in the chat right now, Lejean. It's clear that you're super supportive in the community.
I mean, it's a very humbling thing, man, and I'm sure a majority are here for you. It's just it's nice to see people taking time out of their days because everybody's days are hectic and crazy and busy, and people have real life things going on. But to come over and just give you a touch, I mean, that's super humbling. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that ever stopped in my stream, if it was just for a second or if they come in every day.
Hmm.
I appreciate if somebody doesn't donate or just lurks or, it's just, you know, I appreciate it. So,
Well, and King Rainmaker just brought up a great point. We had King
mhm,
Rainmaker on the Q&A, Robert, and he brought up a great point. He just said, I believe becoming a verified partner requirements are where they should stay because
mhm,
becoming a partner is being able to actively promote DLive and contribute to the growth of DLive.
mhm,
So I agree, but then he also says, I think we're getting caught up in the expectations after becoming a partner. So between partner and global partner,
mhm.
I think he's referring to specifically, but honestly, guys, look, we could talk about this at nauseum, okay? Because it comes down to nuances, 200, 300, 350, right? How much lino, how often? These are all things that the reason that they're even being talked about and the reason that they're even requirements is because this platform is based on a real cryptocurrency with real cash value, and if they don't control the amount of money coming in and going out and how it right now while the company's small, when it gets big it's going to collapse, right? They're trying to build it in such a way that it's sustainable. And
Mhm.
so right now, I've heard only a few, very, very rarely, but a few partners, or not partners, a few streamers on DLive will badmouth the company when there's issues with Tidy Labs, or there's issues with
Mhm.
streaming, or there's issues with ingest servers. Guys, it's a new company. There's going to be growing pains. Don't worry about it, right? Try not to get caught up on that. When something happens that affects your stream, roll with it, right? That's just life. These things are going to happen. But if you love the company and you love your friends and family that are here on DLive, try to remain positive and try to just roll with the punches as we grow and change.
Yeah. The one thing that they were, um, one point that they were mentioning, the DLive team, about the 200 followers, is that some people never want to be global,
Mm-hmm.
and they feel like once they get to 200, there's no motivation to keep them, you know, actively doing streams and, continue to be motivated at a level once they receive their check mark. Some people are like, man, I just want to get that check mark. And then after that, they're just either going to stop streaming, or they're just going to really not care about growing the platform or anything like that. So that was a concern that was brought to my attention about, having the count so low. They want to
Well,
keep streamers pushing and just keep streamers trying to, I guess, grow with the company.
I think there should be ways that you could lose verified partner, in my personal opinion. And I'll give you an example. Right now, if you once you become verified partner, you're verified partner, period, right? But I don't agree with that. What if you don't stream for a month? Right? What if you don't stream for a month? Now you've got people subscribing to you, donating Lino, and you've given them nothing. Right? So
Yeah.
if you don't subscribe, I'm sorry, if you don't stream for 30 days, you should lose verified partner. You're clearly not involved. You're clearly not a part of the company, but you're taking and drawing from the company. And you're
They
taking
mentioned that. They mentioned something along the lines of that too, requirements
nice.
to keep your VP.
Yeah, and I don't think there
Like,
should be a Lino requirement necessarily, but there should be
hmm
an activity requirement.
hmm
Like whatever let's say it takes 30 hours minimum to become a verified partner, there should be a minimum requirement to maintain it in terms
hmm
of the total number of hours streamed, right? Like you could lose followers if people unfollow you, but
hmm
you shouldn't lose them at such a rate you would ever drop down below, 200 or 300, whatever they're going to set that at.
hmm
But yeah, so we have a few. Everybody's actually. You got really great input in the chat. They're talking about like a 3 strike system, maybe
hmm
to lose verified partner. It might help keep people motivated. And then A Win brought up a good point, which is there is a FAQ community guidelines for DLive on their website, and there's a Discord, DLive Discord guys. They every day there are DLive employees in that Discord. You can get answers. You can get help.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure that, once this is done, you know, um, some of the DLive team members will be looking over this Q&A, so they'll
That'd
be
be
able to
good.
grab all the information and insight from it,
Sure.
and hopefully, make a decision on that. So,
Well,
um,
and again, we don't have the answers, guys, but we are trying to be helpful here, right? We're trying to talk to the viewers. We're trying to talk to the streamers. The other, the employees are getting involved. We're This is all in an effort to make this company DLive the best possible platform for streaming on the internet. Period.
mhm. Yep,
That's the goal. That's what we're here doing. So
absolutely.
we don't have answers. We just have our own personal opinions,
hmm
and we really appreciate all the input we're getting from the people that in the viewing right now, and the other. They're all mostly streamers, right? And these
Yep.
look at all those check marks, all these verified partners. We've got global partners in here. So I love how supportive this platform is. Honestly, you guys are incredible. And then that's an interesting point they just brought up. Small Gamer said, and I think he was replying to someone else. I didn't actually see that far back, but he said, interesting, if you lose your partnership, you maybe have to wait 3 months to reapply, right? To show some sort of commitment to streaming or to the
Yeah.
platform in general.
Yeah.
I mean, I like 3 months is kind of a long time, guys. Like there's 4 quarters a year. That's a full quarter. people could just completely walk away and go to a different platform, I think, in 3 months. But if you lost verified partner, I would say 1 month. You've got 1 month to prove that you're interested and you want to be involved again before you can have the option to reapply. That's just my particular, feeling. I think 3 months is like an eternity for streamers. I mean, they can,
Yeah.
if your stream drops because you had some sort of connectivity issue, they're just going to go to any number of the other streamers that are live right now after a few minutes. So imagine waiting like months to pick back up again. You would be, I think you would lose your motivation to stream if your motivation was partner or global partner or these sort of goals that, again, I feel aren't important, right? Like, I feel if you're streaming and you're interacting with your audience and you have regular viewers, then you're doing what needs to be done to support the platform.
Yeah.
Right? You're actively creating content and adding value to the platform. That's what a verified partner should be doing.
Yeah, I think they were talking about adding like a 500 Lino dono, and I think they were talking about maybe making like a either like a 5 or 10K Lino dono. So
For like a minimum dono requirement for verified partner too?
no, just as like an icon, or a symbol or a button. Like we have like 110, 100, and 1,000.
Sorry, I missed what you're paying. So you're saying they're looking to add more donation levels.
Yeah, we are talking about donation levels. We are talking about possibly adding customized like dono stickers and things like that.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Just a bunch of different things that, I mean,
A way
when you're
to
not pitching, when
reward.
you're not pitching out DLive or spreading the word about DLive, we were just basically going over everything like that. So
That's fantastic. So that all came up at PAX. You guys were discussing that?
oh yeah, because I was there actually 4 days, so I spent
Nice.
pretty much numerous amount of hours at the booth every day. So we had some downtime and during lunch and things like that, and
Mm-hmm.
besides getting to know each other on a more personal level, we were talking just how to better the platform, the community,
Sure.
solve some of the issues that we're having now,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. So
Yeah, it's been, and they're echoing this in chat. The conversation with staff and friends that are streamers is has been fantastic. It's been super supportive. If you like any of you that are listening right now, if you go to PAX West, which is coming up later this year, you can stand there with the DLive staff and discuss these things in person.
yep.
You can give them your input. You can hear their response. You could help
Mhm.
shape the company literally.
Yeah, I mean, there was brand new streamers, brand new to the platform. There were
Mm-hmm.
streamers that have been on for, months and years. Streamers that had 80 followers, streamers that had 1,300 followers,
Mm-hmm.
and they all decided to come to the booth. So you met a wide variety of people. Some of them I'd never even heard of on the site, believe it or not. And, it's just a really cool experience.
That's awesome, man. Now everybody's getting excited in chat about PAX. That's so awesome. Yeah, Wild
Yeah,
Goose, go
oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was just going to say, Wild Goose said, yeah, he likes that the D Live staff are so accessible even outside of conferences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you can go to D Live Discord any day of the week and talk to Guardians, talk to staff. If you go to the DLive Discord on the right hand side, it actually lists all of the staff, and you can see which one's online. You can direct message them. You will get a response. And
Um,
go ahead.
I just speaking to PAX, there was somebody that I met who streamed on Mixer. It was him and a friend of his. They both stream on Mixer, and I got them pretty excited. Between me, Angles, AE, we got them pretty
Mm-hmm.
excited about coming over to the platform. Yesterday, they reached out to me. It was their very first stream on DLive.
Nice.
You know, the word spread around a little bit, you know, obviously the community, and you know, he got rated. He had like 30 viewers in his stream. He had like 3K in donos or something like that. And, you know, I mean, what a great first experience for somebody to come over to the platform.
Yes.
And, you know, obviously he has a following, and obviously he has word of mouth. And that's how we plan, obviously, on growing the community and growing the platform.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
but ABF4 wrote something, and that's something that's very, very strong right now. Is there's a lot of major issues on the platform, such as trolling,
Hmm.
cyberbullying, things like that.
But they are not
Um,
being ignored. These are not being ignored. These are actively being addressed by the staff. They're working on ways to address that. And somebody else brought up earlier, you have requirements as a verified partner on this platform to moderate your chat and to keep cyberbullying to zero, right? If somebody comes in and starts being nasty, you can mute them. You can delete and mute their comment, and you
yeah.
can have moderators that can help you do that. You can ban certain words if you want on DLive in your channel specifically, which I use any word that could be used for hate speech. I have banned in
Mhm.
my channel, and that minimizes that.
I mean, to a certain extent, um, it's like you can do your part, you know, on a big portion of that. But you know what? If somebody truly has that much hate and that much determination, you know, to troll, they're gonna find a way to just keep coming in and keep, you know, messing things up or keep saying hateful things. You know, so you know, it does get to a point where it's a little um a little devastating, because like
Hmm.
every day you're like, dang, is this person gonna come back with a different name, or is this person gonna come back with a new account, or you know, is this person gonna try and, you know, get one of their friends or someone else to come in and troll you?
Hmm.
And then it's just like, you know, I came on this platform for no drama, to have fun, to have an enjoyable experience. And it just gets really demoralizing, you know, when it comes to, you know, a constant thing. So, um, you know,
Well,
there does come a gray area where just there's nothing you can pretty much do, unfortunately.
yeah, I mean, it's after all, guys, we're on the internet, right? So
Hmm.
every kind of person is available, which means there's gonna be some hateful people. There's gonna be some trolling, but there are things in place to help minimize that, right?
Hmm.
And I've had trouble with, like you were saying, with one particular individual who was has been trolling Zonda's page, and
Hmm.
they made a particularly hateful new name and account and came into the chat with it, and so I immediately deleted and muted them. Then I
Hmm.
went to one of the guardians and said, "Hey, what can I do about this?" And they
Hmm.
directed me towards one of the top couple employees at the company that has rights, like back end rights, right? They can change people's names, they can ban people permanently. There's things that they can do on the back end that even a guardian can't do. And I
Yeah.
immediately got a response, and they immediately looked into it, right? So if you guys like, there's one person saying in chat that they even saw some guardians trolling. If that ever
Hmm.
happens, screenshot it, go to DLive, talk to Tidy, talk to a few of these guys straight up, and
Hmm.
they will help. They will affect it, guys. This look, and the other thing is promote love on your own channel. Network with
Hmm.
other people that promote love. Network with other people that promote high quality content, and
Hmm.
ignore the, like, do your best to ignore the haters, right? That's all
Yeah,
I
I
can
would.
really say.
Yeah, and you know, obviously, this chat and this conversation is not meant to stir up things.
Right,
It's
right.
meant to just put out information and to have a mature, open conversation about it. There's no
Exactly.
sides. There's no, you know, I don't want any kind of, you know, confrontation or anything like that. We're just literally putting it out there for just mature, conversation, you know? So, um, you know, I see a couple things going on in chat right now. Let's just keep it professional and let's just, you know, kind of keep that, you know, out of the conversation right now.
Yeah, and guys, look, we're adults. Every one of us is an adult, and what that means is you're responsible for your actions and your actions alone, right? So you can't control what anybody else is going to do except you. So if when somebody comes at you hateful, if you return hate for hate, you're a part of the problem. If somebody comes at you hateful, you do what you can to sidestep it, but don't give them your energy. Give the people who are there loving you your energy, right? Like don't go if you have a bad game on it, don't go flaming that other streamer that maybe beat you or whatever on Twitter. That's child's play, and it's completely it goes completely against the DLive community standards anyway, right? Like do your thing and don't worry about other people and don't hate. Don't spread the hate and discontent. Especially don't go to other people's channels talking trash about something that has nothing to do with them or that channel. Yeah. Right? Like keep it private. You have a problem with somebody, talk to them directly. If you guys can't work it out, stay away from each other. But spreading hate on social media about other streamers that talks bad about you, not about them, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why the follow symbol is a heart. You know, let's
Right.
keep it let's keep it that way. You know, let's just keep it that way.
Exactly, guys. Like Lejean and I are friends because he's a genuinely good dude in real life, and so am I. That's why we support each other. That's why we've become friends. And just like most of the people in chat, if not all of them actually, like everyone I'm reading has been super supportive. But you know, I'm 40, so it's easier for me to be calm and secure because I've lived through a lot of life. If you're a young teenager, you're in your early 20s, and you have that competitive drive to be the best in any particular way, great, go for it, do it. But understand that positivity is the way to grow and thrive, not negativity, right? So don't take the hater. The term is haters gonna hate, right? Haters gonna hate. You can't do nothing about that. Don't give them your energy, guys. Don't. There's enough of us out here that will love on you and support you that you don't have time for that. You could fill your whole day with love on DLive. And I've been into a stream and there was like hate, and I immediately leave and go to a different stream, and guess what? Back to loving. So it's whatever you guys want to make it, right? It's not there is this on DLive, there's that on DLive. There's whatever you put on DLive. We are the creators. We are the owners of this company. You own your content. You lock in Lino. You become co-owner of the company. You get to vote on how the company develops. You get to input with DLive. By the way, DLive and Lino are separate companies. They are working together exclusively at the moment, but they are separate companies. So that's important to know. But I just, you know, like you said, Lejean, we're not here trying to start controversy about verified partner, global partner, about streamers that maybe aren't upholding the community standards of DLive. What we're here to do is have an adult conversation about where we find ourselves with this young company because we want the best for the company. And because we genuinely love each other and want to support each other.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's good just to have open conversation, air some things out that, you know, have been on minds that get off their chest or anything like that. It's good to also hear some things that you've been thinking about personally that, you know, you're like, wow, this person is going through the same thing that I am, or this person understands where I'm coming from. You know, I love having these conversations. You know, I'll have as many Q&As as, you know, you want. And, you know, I always love being here and showing you that support. But, you know, it's something that's needed in the community besides just viewing people's content. You know, it's something that's definitely needed.
And guys, something I'd like to encourage outside of DLive is Discord. If you want to be, even if you don't want to be a streamer, but you want to get to know your streamers on a more real level and be friends with them and encourage them, Discord. You can direct message anybody that's on Discord. You can have video chats with them if you have a camera and a mic, which most computers come with, phones come with, right? So I would definitely encourage you to be on Discord. You can talk to the DLive staff. I would encourage you to create your own Discord server. It's free. I'm new to it. I'm actually having to get help to understand how to do it myself. But you don't need your own Discord server to be able to voice and video call other people. You just send them a direct message and you can right click on them. You can call them directly. At the top of the Discord panel actually is, looks like a telephone. Well, like an old school telephone. And you guys can get to know people in a real way. Let's see. Just check in chat, see if there's anything we're missing. So guys, we've been going almost an hour and a half. I want to ask again though, anybody, we've got about 30 people in chat right now. So if you have a serious question for Lejean Brames, now's the time to ask. We've been talking a lot about the company and stuff, but today's Q&A is about Lejean Brames, specifically LB, and how awesome he is. To be honest, that's why I wanted to have you on. You know, like
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man, you're super supportive. You're super loving. You're like these fundraisers that you do. The way you talk to people, I drop into your stream all the time. You're always super encouraging and super supportive. And I just want to thank you personally for being one of the good ones.
Appreciate that.
I'm serious about that. So if anybody else, Elder Games, when you ask, he's asking a question we covered in the beginning, but we can hit that up again. He asked how long you've been streaming in general.
Today would be my 20th stream. So for almost 3 weeks now.
Nice. So he's very new to streaming, guys. In the last month, he's been on the platform since basically this year. A Win says, thank you for bringing me breakfast when I was nursing a hangover and making sure I was okay, man. Everybody's just, it's just love. It's just love, man. So nothing before DLive. Nope, Elder Gamesman. Actually, Lejean and I both just started this year, and we've helped each other learn how to stream and encourage each other. And just like most of you that are in the chat right now, you know, we're doing this together, guys. You can't stream by yourself. You need help. You need viewers. You need other streamers. You need people that are technically more proficient. You know, you just make sure to go out there and ask for help. Encourage other people. You know, be supportive. Don't just think you're going to be able to stream and do nothing else and that you're going to be successful. That's not what this platform is about. So again, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up, guys. This has been Fireside Chats with author Joe Holt, special guest Lejean Brames, LB, and you can catch him. When do you stream? Do you have a regular schedule, sir?
I don't have a regular schedule right now. I am in the process of putting it together. The last thing I want to say just before I get off is I do want to let everybody know, because a lot of new people have come in here since we announced it before.
Yes.
This Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be doing a military charity event for 2 charities. The information will be in my Discord. For if you want to read up on them. I have a numerous amount of streamers. You will know the names of them on Sunday, and you can go into any of the streamers and donate, and it will be going to that charity. So stay tuned for that, and I hope to see you guys there.
That's this Sunday, guys. There's a bunch of us that are supporting that charity drive. I'm actually going to have LT Zonda and Flow Driver on separate Q&As this coming Sunday, April 7th. So that's, as you know, LT Zonda is a global partner, and Flow Driver just got approved for global partner. And so we're going to be telling the viewers of 2 global partner channels on Sunday about your fundraiser, and we'll be directing people over to you, Lejean.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And just to hit one point that was brought up in chat, AUN says, Author Joe Holt, you seem like you'd be a fantastic therapist. I'm being 100% sincere. Well, I just want to tell you guys, I'm not streaming because I'm a gamer. I'm streaming because I've lived through a lot of interesting things in my life, very challenging things, and I've spent the last 15 years working on my own personal physical, mental well-being, but also doing community service and reaching out homeless, the youth, the elderly, veterans, like as a full-time job for more than a decade. I've written 10 books, and my whole life now is like the last book I published is called The Healing Power of Love, right? Like your life will be better on a daily basis if you live in the moment and you treat each moment with respect, right? Be in that moment. Genuinely listen to people that are talking to you. Genuinely respond. Give every moment your best. And those moments add up to create the summation of your life, right? So like this morning or yesterday, I found out that one of my streaming friends here on DLive, somebody had passed away in his life, and it was really affecting him. And he wasn't streaming normal hours, right? So I could have been like, "Hey man, where have you been? I expected you on. You weren't on. Where's my entertainment?" But instead, I was like, I went and gave him Lino on a replay, even though he wasn't streaming. And then I went to his Discord and sent him a message and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. I hope you're okay. I'm sending you some love." And that's how you do it. That's how you encourage people. That's how you love on people, right?
Hey, hey, Joe, how much does one of your books cost, would you say?
Oh, okay. Well, actually, and somebody was saying about, yeah. So, yes, there are Kindle paperback and audiobooks. I hired voice actors to do all the books. So, if you're on Apple Books, which is called iBooks, or Audible on Amazon,
Mm-hmm.
but I give my books away. If I gave away 3 books Sunday, I gave away a couple books a day before. If you guys have Amazon, I think it's Kindle Unlimited or Kindle Lending Library, whatever they're calling it now, all my
Mm-hmm.
books are free. They're free. So I have 8 books on Amazon right now, and once a quarter for 5 days, I can give away all my Kindles for free, whether you have their software or not. But the prices of the books are as low as Amazon will let me sell them at. And so a Kindle is like $2.99. A paperback, generally they're about $6 up to $8 or $9, depending
Mm-hmm.
on which book. But yeah, again, I try to give all of those books away for free because I live on I'm medically retired Marine. I'm also disabled. I was run over on my motorcycle, so after the military. And so my disability pays my rent. So I'm here streaming because I want to still be able to encourage people. I still want to be able to help people and love on people, period. Like that's why I'm here. That's why I'm streaming. That's why I'm doing these Q&As.
Yeah, so if you have one available, I'm just gonna drop this for you. But if you have like one available, something like that, I would for since there's so many people that tuned in, if you wanna, do
We could do a
a
book
book
giveaway right
giveaway,
now. Yeah,
I'll
let me
drop this for you to,
oh, here he goes.
to give you value for the books or book.
All right.
And I would love to give one away to
All
somebody.
right, let me stand up real quick. And LeJean Brames is buying a book to give away, guys. Give me 1 second. If you guys have been in the channel, you know that's Cuddles back there, and he guards all the free book giveaways that we're doing. So honestly, guys, I want to give away a particular book. It's very near and dear to my heart. I actually helped my grandmother write her autobiography. It's called A Danish Lady's Journey. She was my mom's the first generation born in the United States. And my grandmother is from Denmark and actually was 5 years old when the Nazis invaded Denmark, and she was a prisoner of war from 5 to 10 years old. And after that, they immigrated to Canada, back to Denmark, then to the United States. So she actually took 3 steamships across the North Atlantic in the 50s, which is life-threatening, right? Period. But here's a picture on the back of the book. My grandma and I actually went to Alaska last year. My grandma was in intensive care. My grandpa was in the emergency room in the same hospital. And my mom called and basically said, say goodbye, they're dying. I gave away everything I owned in Colorado, the house, the car, motorcycle, everything in the house, got on an airplane, moved to Alaska, lived there for 4 months. Every day, I went to every doctor's appointment. I made every meal that I could. I changed their eating habits. I got them off of bad medication, got them on natural foods, and changed their life. They're still alive and well. They're doing better than they've done ever in their entire adult life. And I helped my grandmother become a published author for the first time at 82 years old last year. I'm actually helping her write a second book right now about her 20 years in Alaska. But just so you guys know, I've never given one of these out before because I only have 3 of these books. But let me go, let's see which one of these. My grandmother actually mailed me some autographed copies of her book. So you guys are going to get an autographed copy of the book, and it's going to have my autograph and my grandmother's autograph, because you can see at the bottom there, if I can get the glare off of it, that both of us are co-authors of this book. So let's find a way to give this out. If you want to be in the drawing for a personalized autographed copy of my grandmother's autobiography, it will be signed by my grandmother and me. Put the word book into chat right now. So if you guys want an opportunity, Lejean wanted to be able to give away a book, and so he donated $12, and that's about what it will cost me to print the book and mail it. All right, I'm writing down names, guys. Just put the word book into chat, guys, if you want to be in the drawing for this free autographed book. I'm just writing everybody's name down right now. Tell them a story, Lejean, so we don't have dead air.
Yeah, no. I actually received a book from author Joe Holt. It's something that I will always remember, and I'll always have. I also know another one of my friends, Fatty B53, also received the book from author Joe Holt. Guys,
I love that guy.
Definitely drop the word book in. It's an opportunity for you to not only read some great stories and great true stories, but it's a real great way to connect with somebody who's really trying to spread a positive message out there. I see a few books. Let's get a few more, and let's spread this love a little bit.
Yeah, Bad Doggy already has one. Bad Doggy's my real life brother, guys. He's also my mod and my graphics design artist and all that. All right, so only AE Win, the Choke Dealer, and VX Gaming 2 want to be entered for this book. Is that right? One last round. You don't want to be involved here? I mean, that's fine. We're not pressuring you guys. It is and just so you know, I have 8 books. I do give away books on a regular basis. So there's other books, stories I can't tell my kids yet. I wrote my Godfather's biography, The Godfather of Fisherman's Wharf. I wrote a book about a ferret that my dog rescued out of the backyard called Gordy the Ferret. If you ever want to be an author, how to self-publish your book now. I've written a book about how to publish and self-publish. So I've got a book called Aloha Joe in Hawaii, which is about me moving to Hawaii to get my mental and physical well-being back. All right. Oh, we got a whole nother round of people. All right. Well, now it's really jumping. All right. One last round. King Rainmaker. All right, Goose, you want to be in on this, buddy? Actually, you know what, guys? Because there's so many of you, and because I love you, I will also donate one. I'm going to give away 2 copies today of A Danish Lady's Journey. Since this is Lejean's second time on on the Q&A, we're going to give away 2 copies of the book. Royal did too. Royal Legend. Okay, King, Rainmaker, and Royal Legend. So smooth. See, now we're getting, now they woke up. They've had their coffee. All right. All right, guys. So now we're going to give away 2 copies of A Danish Lady's Journey. It's my grandmother's autobiography. She was a prisoner of war again under the Nazis from 5 to 10 in Denmark. She's an incredibly powerful woman, and honestly, I love her. I love her. All right, guys. So now, what I'm gonna do to make this fair, Lejean obviously can't see. I've got all your names written down here. I want to show real fast so he can't see the order. I'm gonna write numbers down next to these names in a random order. All right, so currently there's 8 people involved in this, and 2 of you are going to get a book. So Lejean, now take a minute, Feel the vibe, buddy, feel the vibe. I need 2 numbers between 1 and 8.
I will go with 3 and 5.
All right, I'm going to circle these so you guys can see them. All right, so let's see. Number 3 and number 5 is AE Win D and So Smooth. Congratulations, guys. You just won autographed personalized copies of my grandmother's autobiography. So let me put this in the chat.
Congrats, guys. Congrats.
All right, guys, AE Win D and So Smooth. Go to authorjoeholt.com. There's a contact page. Send me a message that's private. It'll only come to me on my email. I need your name, first and last name, because that post office requires that. Also, your address where you want the book mailed to. And if you want the book personalized, make sure to tell me the name. Like, personalize it to me, but also tell me who me is, okay? So I need your address, your first and last name, and who you want the book personalized to, and I will get those mailed out tomorrow. So congratulations to AE Win D and So Smooth. Thank you very much, Lejean Brames, for making that possible.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No worries.
And that's just all about that love, man.
Yeah, man. Last thing I just want to say before I hop off and we end this is just thank you to each and every single one of you that support either myself or Joe Holt, and also thank you guys for taking the time to tune in with us for this hour and a half. So I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then I just put Lejean Brames' link in chat, guys. But if you enjoy these fireside chats, I generally do them every Sunday. This coming Sunday is LT Zonda and Flo Driver. Last Sunday was One Last Round. We've got all these are on YouTube under Author Joe Holt. You can find all of these Q&As again. But smash that follow button up there if you want to know when I'm online. Jump over to Lejean Brames, give him a follow if you want to support another individual that's just good people. And anytime you see him online, go chat him up, man. He's full of beautiful things. So thank you again, guys. I'd like to thank everybody that's been here today. Your input is invaluable. I'd like to thank Lejean Brames for coming back on the show a second time. And thank you if you'd like to say goodbye.
Thank you for having me, man. I truly appreciate it, man. I hope everybody learned a little something of value here today. And, let's continue to grow this platform together and, let's continue to keep supporting each other. So.
Absolutely. Well, the DLive is real, guys. The DLive is real. I'm going to give you all a few DLive stickers. If you want to save these and spread them around, we're trying to promote family, right? And love. So there you go, guys. Love you all. Really appreciate your time. And we'll see you Sunday for more Fireside Chats with Author Joe Holt, and we'll have a new special guest. Aloha for now, friends.
See you guys.